Hey, my beautiful, beautiful people. Miss Sunshine here. Once again, I'm bringing you love, light, and a whole bunch of sunshine as we start this beautiful, magnificent week. Oh, well, I hope everybody had an enjoyable weekend. If not, you know what I'm saying? It'll get better, or I'm not even going to say it'll get better. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything, lean into it, and just experience it, And I'm not making light of anything because every bit of this journey is just that. It's a journey. So I want to say that. Um, I hope this video finds who it needs to find. I mean, I'm saying I hope it does. I already know it will. It wouldn't be put on me to, put anything out there if it wasn't meant to find somebody. Even if it's just one person. It's one person at a time, and that's all that matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Even if that one person is myself. No cap. So, let's kind of get into this energy for today because it's kind of crazy, I'm making this video a little bit later than I have been in the morning, and I think it's almost afternoon by now, and oh, whew, what a morning. But I haven't put my teeth in or anything, so I really wasn't going to post because contrary to what you believe, I'm still not really comfortable posting without my teeth in. But I said, fuck it, this is me, take it or leave it. If you know, you know. But each day, I said I'll do it scared, I'll do it voice trembling. I'm just going to do it. So like yesterday, I had actually had this message, like I heard it. It was being happy where you are. Okay, let me say that again. Let me stop fidgeting and just say it. Being happy where you are. Okay. And I wrote down a couple things, that came to mind and different things of that nature. But like, honestly, just looking in my notebook, I normally have 3 or 4 pages that just, when it comes, sometimes it comes. But with this message, it really didn't, it was so many things, but just putting it down on wax, it wasn't coming to me like that. So I didn't, I didn't post. And I said, okay, I'll wait till it comes to me. And so I just put it to the side, just waiting for it to really come to me, because I always want to be the vessel. I do not want to speak from a place of self-ego. If you know, you know. Because I always tell you, I'm just the vessel. You know what I'm saying? Look, notebook about to jump out my lap. Confirmation there. The wind is like, yeah, you're right, you're the vessel. The wind is just going off. I don't know if you could hear it, but I'm just the vessel, guys. And there's a lot of energy running through me right now. Whew. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna bring it on back. Look at my pillow. Trying to jump out. Must want you to see it. It says, be happy. Kind of suits the message. Isn't that crazy? I sit on this pillow. The pillow every day. And, even through my messages, and it's never just like popped out to be seen. So I guess it wanted to be seen. Anyway, so I didn't post it, and just trying to wait for it to come to me. In the meantime, I mean, if you don't know, and I've mentioned it a couple of times, I had a GoFundMe page while going through cancer, not being able to, manage or whatever. If you ever want to go check it out, I'm not saying it for the money. I'm saying my whole story, my cancer journey is there. My monthly, bi-monthly, however, I just made updates there. So I hadn't posted in there any of my updates since like November, but Spirit put it on me to, even if I didn't need anything from this collective, it was a collective of individuals that showed love. There were strangers, there were family members, there were friends, there were clients that I worked on, you know what I'm saying, that pulled together and just show love. Just show love, sent prayers, did all of that. And I had to go in there and post a final update, because if these people were with me throughout my whole struggle, in the times that I was down and down bad, they stood by me. Why wouldn't I? I just felt compelled to give a final update or whatever. I'm saying that to say, when I did that, I went in and I started kind of reading my previous updates, okay? And in everything, it was sunshine. It was still a lot of bull crap. So, going through the most tragic portion of my life, one of the most tragic things I could have ever thought would have happened to me, the one thing I knew is the sunshine never left, and being happy where you're at doesn't mean you have to be happy about a situation. And I felt that in my entire being. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't happy I had cancer, but I was happy as an individual to have a moment. I wasn't happy that, I had ostomy bags, but I was happy I was able to experience it and feel it and still have, that right mind. It's seasons change, and just because there are circumstances that are within your life that aren't quite happy moments. It's, if you heard one of my other videos, even if you hadn't, I'm gonna tell you now, you have to make your own happiness. You got to show up with your own happiness. You have to see what is happy about a moment that could be almost devastating, seriously. But knowing that seasons change, this too shall pass, and while this moment is here, I'm not going to try to run away from the moment. I'm going to embrace the moment for what it is, but make a decision to be happy in that moment. Because you have a choice on what you want to focus in on. And that's honest. Look, this pillow has never, ever, you've never seen me have to fix that pillow so much. But it's popping out at you. It's not me, it's you. Hey, it's popping out. Be happy, be happy. But like I say, it's not a feeling. Happiness is not a feeling. It's a decision. It's a decision you make. And it's a decision you make on what you want to focus in on. the burdens or the blessings, because they're both there, and those dual truths can exist at the same time. I think a lot of people think that your feelings, what you exert, has to be what your situation is. Because, I mean, there were a lot of times, just going through this, people would say, you don't look like you're sick, or, you know what I'm saying? In order for people to feel, you know, um, not more bad or more sorry for you, or to uh, give more or whatever, or show more compassion, is you have to look sickly. You have to look like you're sick. And I was like, I don't quite understand that. Um, because that mentality, your mind is going to believe, your brain believes it. Your brain believes what you tell it. And both could be true, but your brain is going to go for what you are telling it. And like I said, not a feeling, it's a decision. I choose. I choose. Mm, not saying it's going to lessen, what you're going through. It's not going to lessen, the pain that you're feeling. It's not. It's not. Mm-mm. It doesn't. But I'm going to tell you from what I know. It allows you to see life at a certain vantage point, to where you don't feel stuck in it. You feel like you're experiencing it. Experiencing it. And my happiness is not based on circumstances, and yours shouldn't be either. It shouldn't. You know, yeah, I've had people tell me I'm too happy, or I've had people tell me bad stuff, and I start out with my version of what I want to say to them. And normally it's not putting bad stuff in the atmosphere, but it's not matching their level where they're at, and they can sort of take it in a bad way, because then they're feeling like, why are you so optimistic? Why are you so happy? Why do you always see the good in everything? It's a perception, because that's where I'm at internally. Although the other stuff is happening, why do I? That's It's a circumstance. It's not who I am. And it was so cool reading back over all this. I knew, I was like, okay, I can't massage anymore, but I know, showing love and just showing individuals, we're not alone. Let's just ride through this. And it's the experience of life. And it's about enjoying where you are, and not enduring where you are. Don't just be there and like, I'm just going to endure it, because the time is going to pass. hmm And then a lot of times we're like, well, what good can come out of it? And I understand that. I understand, bruh. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I have cried. Dark nights. Oh my gosh. But that didn't mean the person that I was unhappy. I was happy allowing myself. I was happy that I allowed myself to feel that pain. I was happy that I gave myself that safe space. Hmm. You know, because I knew it's more out here to experience, and from the point I said I was going to feel every inch of what cancer brought my way, good, bad, or indifferent, and still like show love and just show up as who I was. Oh my gosh, because I just knew, from being sick from the chemo, and my thing was, here I allowed. On the days chemo whooped my ass, on the days it made me sick, oh my gosh, I have driven home from chemo crying, stomach tore up, can't walk, barely making it to my couch, and I linked into it. I allowed my body to feel it, because on the days that I was sick, okay, I'm sick. I'm not going to force myself to be something else. But that next day or the day after that, where my body was like, okay, this is moved through, you know what I'm saying? Here I am. But that didn't mean I took in the sickness as being who I was. I allowed it. I allowed myself to do that. I linked, and that's the hardest thing to do. Not getting trapped in that, not letting that define who you are. Not, oh, I had cancer. No, I had cancer. And even the hardest thing was being transparent to people. Having that shell down where I had to ask for help. Like, hey, y'all, I'm so just being independent. All of that. And being happy to have a tribe of a tribe of a tribe that just showed up and showed me love. So, oh my gosh, I don't just endure it. You don't have to just endure it. Life is bigger than just enduring the pain. You've endured pain long enough. Enjoy it as you go along. And that can be tricky because you'll trigger other people. And a lot of times, because people expect us to show up a certain way, we show up that way because that's what's expected of us. If we're sick, we're supposed to show up X, Y, and Z. You show up somewhere trying to get help, assistance, and you bopping around and you're happy, they're like, you're not sick. Get out of here. Not knowing behind all that, your body is fighting. So I get it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But then once you start telling your story, once you start praising and being thankful, you're happy because you can. You've seen people with cancer, you know what I'm saying, at the cancer place. You've seen them being pushed in wheelchairs, on stretchers. You've seen older ladies having their heads put in vices to get radiology. Woo! You're like, come on now. There's a song, I complained because I had no shoes. Then I saw a man who had no feet. Then I knew how blessed I was. You know what I'm saying? So in each moment, there is something to be grateful for, to be happy in these moments, and just knowing I was covered too. I didn't know how. I didn't know how I was covered, but I just knew in my heart, he done showed up for me all my life. There ain't been a hard place I ain't been in that he has not showed up. Why would he leave me now? I had to totally surrender so that I could be like, because I know it's going to be okay. I can be happy. You wonder how I'm happy? Because I know I'm covered. He showed me. And he's probably shown you too. When we veer off track, it gets a little bit more rocky. Life gonna be rocky, but when we're off track, we're not aligned. Those rocks become big boulders. But having that faith and knowing I'm covered and being shown miracle day after day, how could I not be happy? Even in the moments where I was crying and didn't know, there were moments I was like, oh my gosh, I'm done. I'm at my wit's end. I don't want to do this no more. I'm not going to quit, but I just don't want to do it no more. See, there's a difference. There's a difference between quitting and not wanting to do it anymore. Yeah, I don't want to do this no more, Lord. I don't even, I know you told me to hold on. And I've been smiling. I've been doing this. Yes, you'll have those moments. And usually when those moments happen, he send a little, and sprinkle something down to be like, okay, you're good. I got you. You get that phone call. You get that text. You hear that song. There's that message. There's that. It's a sign. It's a synchronicity. It's something sent your way to know you're not alone. It could be a person with a message. With a message. And then in that moment, that's when you know, oh, okay. Listen to the bird. And listen to the train. The train just started. Confirmation. The messages are always there. Your angels, your guides, your spirit, whatever. However, however you want to see it, whatever you want to call it, but you're shown, and I was shown, and that's how I know. So it makes you even trust even more that there's, okay, I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy the ride. However this ride may come, because I know the more resistance I give, the harder the journey is. Just be present. Acknowledge what is. Acknowledge what is. It's cool. Alright. This situation may, you know what I'm saying, it anger me, but I'm not angry. Does that make sense? Someone over here did something and it frustrated me, but I'm not frustrated. And if you know, you know, because you've been feeling it. Excuse me, confirmation. And I'm just here to say, just wherever you are, on top of the mountain, in the middle of the mountain, at the bottom of the mountain, just be happy where you are. You've seen better days. You've seen worse days. But you've been brought through each one of your... There was a time in your life that you're like, this is the worst day of my life. And you made it through that. And probably a time before that. Look at how many times you thought like you really wasn't going to make it through. And I know this time is different. It's different this time. This is more hard. This is more challenging. This is 4 of them. No, it's not one thing. I can do 1 or 2 things, but 3 things or 12 things. I get it. For me, this stuff was coming in for a reason. I just wasn't allowing myself to stay present in what is, to be able to receive what needed to be received. And as I started enjoying what is, it gave room for what I need to see. And because I know I'm covered, I don't have any reason to worry. I know more about the journey we're here and we're on. I know more about my divinity, as well as yours. You got it too. You got it too. That worrying about what this vessel is going through, that negates on the true experience. I am a creator of my reality from the inside out. And if my sunshine disturbs you, good. It should. It should. Mm-hmm. Y'all know. The spirit dropped the mic and said, I'm done. You know, there's never a warning. But anyway, guys. Oh, look. Wow. Now, look, I'm so nice and calm now. It's crazy because when the messages come through, the energy comes through. Wow. So like, oh, that, I mean, like, it's crazy because it just wants to get out. And then once it's done, it's back to. So thank you guys. Once again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. My messages aren't for everyone, and they're not supposed to be. But they are for the ones that they are for. And I'm fine with that. But even if the message isn't for you, I'm still gonna send you some love, some light, and a whole bunch of sunshine. I love you. I love you. I love you. Like, if no one has told you today, if no one has told you today that they love you and that you matter, I love you. I love you with every inch of my heart. And you matter. And you're not alone in this. So, in saying that, guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm honored. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Look, as I'm ending out, the sun is coming back out, shining bright, you know, just blessing you with it. So, guys, until next time, be safe.